Welcome to Vermontitude, a collaborative effort between Great Eastern Radio, the Brattleboro Reformer, and BCTV to bring you the stories behind the stories on the topics you want to learn more about. Because there's always more, so there'll always be Vermontitude. Hosted by me, Peter Fish Case. Welcome to Vermontitude. New episodes drop every Tuesday and can be found by going to Vermontitude.com, Reformer.com, Brattleboro.tv, and locally on Comcast Channel 1078. We come to you from our studios from the Innovation Box on Landmark Hill. I'm Peter Fish Case, and each week I cover the topics that are of concern to Windham County and the towns that reside within its borders. Joining us today from Families First, Lynette Chapman, who is the program director, and Susan. Welcome.
Welcome.
All right. Let's talk a little bit first about Families First and some of the work that you guys do. So I don't know who wants to take that.
Do you want to answer any of these questions? You want to talk about what Families First is to you?
Families First is, to me, is like a family to me.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for Families First, I don't even know where I would be.
Okay.
And also I'm the president for the WAG.
For the what?
RAG.
Ride? Okay.
So, Families First is an organization that serves folks with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And as Susan was saying, we're really the supportive services that help make their lives whole. Susan is the president of BRAG. BRAG is the Brattleboro Regional Advocacy Group. It's a self-advocacy group. And BRAG really dictates what I do with my job. So I'm the program coordinator, which means that I create all of the programming for Families First. And BRAG is the guiding force behind that. They tell me where they want to be volunteering, where they want to be out in the community, what they want to be learning, and I help them accomplish that.
All right. So you guys just recently went through a big move. I don't think it's quite a year yet, or is it?
No.
It must be just, though, coming up on a year. You had the kind of mini footprints all throughout Windham County, and you, I think, were able to, and again, I'm just speaking for you, and please correct me if I'm incorrect, and you were able to move all of those onto one location, which was formerly known as the Famolari Farm, or VABEC, up on Upper Dummerston Road.
We moved a lot of our operations onto the former Famolari Farm. We do still have a footprint in Wilmington and Whitingham, and a program house within Brattleboro. But most of our programs are now out of the former Famolari Farm, and it has not been a year. It'll be a year, I believe, in January.
Okay. All right. Very good. And you are doing a fundraiser, right? And this is a little bit. We had a chance to talk before we started rolling cameras. You're doing a fundraiser to raise a little money because you guys, like, you're moving in, you're hitting your stride, and then Mr. Pipe bursts.
Yeah.
And created quite the mess.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Yeah. On Father's Day of all days.
All right.
So I've been with the organization for about 6 months. So if I misspeak on anything, you're just going to have to excuse me. We had not been there very long. I just settled into my office, and then this pipe burst and spills 10,000 gallons of water into the facility. Really destroying our programming space, our kitchen, our offices, some shared office space, and displacing us. In fact, we are still displaced right now.
Right. But so let's talk a little bit about the auction. Is it largely an online auction?
It is an online auction. It will run for 2 weeks. We'll be starting the advertising for it next week on November 4th. So you'll be able to find it online at our website and other spaces on social media. And then on Tuesday, November 18th, it will open up. It'll run for 2 weeks. There are an amazing amount of gift certificates and items from local vendors. We have had over $5,000 worth of merchandise donated
Oh, wow.
for this auction. Yeah, I'm very excited. So you can get your holiday gifts.
Yeah.
If you bid above auction price, my understanding is anything above retail value is considered a donation and is tax deductible.
Okay.
And there are also opportunities to donate to specific programming asks and to specific building asks that we have.
Okay.
The auction will close Tuesday, December 2nd at the end of the day. That is Giving Tuesday. So it
Okay.
felt like a really good day to mark
Yeah.
the closing of the auction. And then we will thank everybody and make sure everybody gets what they bought.
All right, that's the way those usually work. Let's get into this though. If somebody, it's not too late to donate an item if folks are watching and they want to kind of maybe contribute something. So give us the who, what, where, and why, and how to do that.
Sure, you can always reach out to me, Laura at Families First VT. Families is spelled out FAMILIES. First, VT is in the state of Vermont.org. Or you can give me a call at 802-380-4379. You can also reach out on our website and just go through the info portal. And we would happily accept items at this point. If you want to donate, we do have a donate button on our website, and you can just make a direct tax-deductible donation.
Okay. Let's talk for a moment about why somebody would donate. All right. I mean, all the work that you do, you serve over 80 people, and you try to do that all right here. So, walk us through like what some of that work looks like.
Sure. Well, I think Susan can talk a little bit about what programming at Families First means to her. Susan, what are some of the things that we do at Families First that are so important for you and for your peers?
Important for me is like peer group, like trips and stuff, and we have a lot of stuff that's going on in that the Families First. Like we're gonna have a chili cook-off.
A chili cook-off.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Did you do that already?
No, that's coming up next week.
Let me know if you need judges.
Okay.
I know a guy. All right.
We would happily invite you to our chili cook-off. Susan's also talked about how her staff supports her with shopping and with making sure she's staying in her budget.
Yeah.
All right.
So we really help people with their activities of daily living and to make sure that they're integrating into the community. We know that people are safest and best served and living their fullest lives when they're a part of the community. And so that's our main goal, is to make sure that people are receiving all of the services they need to be fully supported, and also to be out in the community as much as they possibly can be. We have an amazing work program that supports people in working throughout the community. We support people in volunteering. We have folks that volunteer at the Humane Society. We have folks that volunteer at the library, at Food Works. We are in the middle of pulling together to try and make a meal for Groundworks, who's just put out an ask. They're short on meal teams, so Families First is going to work together and create a meal for Groundworks. It's I've run out of steam.
No, you're fine. Let's, I think to put this into focus, what organizations like Family First do is they sort of hold up what is a smaller amount of the population. When we talk about funding, and it's often an easy one for a little funding to be cut because it impacts such a small percentage of the population. So you are kind of that sword and shield that sort of protects that and advocates on behalf of these people and really holds them up and puts them on a sure footing for success, I think. If I were sitting where you were sitting, that's how I would answer.
Absolutely. Our executive director is constantly going into the ring for us. And our self-advocates also are constantly going into the ring for us. Self-advocates are our clients. They do a lot of this work themselves, going to Montpelier. In fact, we just recently had a day up at Montpelier where we celebrated our DSPs, which are direct support professionals. Mm-hmm. And DSPs are really like the backbone of what we do. They're the people that work one-on-one with all of our folks.
Yeah, we kind of nowhere without them.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
All right, let's just recap now. Let's get into the auction. Opens up when?
Tuesday, November 18th.
All right, and you can find this stuff on your website, which is what?
familiesfirstvt.org.
And of course, any social media and other things. Okay, great. Yes. Lots of great items. What's your give me your favorite item in the auction.
There's so many. We have an amazing piece of artwork by Alan Blackwell that I just find really compelling. We have a weekend getaway up in Wilmington that looks really exciting to me. And then there's just so many like really incredible gift cards to local restaurants and stores, including your own.
I heard of that place. Susan, you have any cool items that no? No? Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So, the idea was to get you to learn a little bit more about Families First, which again is just sort of one of these bigger organizations that sort of just kind of runs in the background. So you might not be thinking about the services they provide. I suggest you look it up, donate, because they do a lot of really super important work in this community on behalf of these folks. The auction will be up and running soon. So maybe, as Laura pointed out, maybe you could do a little Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
All right.
Get your holiday gifts.
All right. Are we missing anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, both of you, thanks for jumping on Vermontitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.